Update: my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with my best friend, but they couldn't handle being excluded from my life. Part 2. 1. I suffer from a cleft lip, and Johan does not. 2. I have dark eyes, while Johan's are lighter. 3. I had dental problems with multiple teeth, molars, and parasitic fangs. In other words, extra teeth grew, causing me speech problems that persist to this day, specifically with the letter R. Now, moving to the key moment. One day, after finishing some work for the next day, Matt called me and said he had something important to tell me and that he was heading in the direction of where I lived. None of them knew exactly where I lived, just where I usually was. I went to meet him, and before anything else, he asked if I knew where Sarah and Johan were. I jokingly said they were probably at home. But then he handed me his phone, showing a photo of them together, going to what seemed like a nightclub or something similar. First of all, Sarah never liked parties, much less nightclubs, because she supposedly was very unique and innocent. This surprised me, but I didn't think much of it because if I were invited to a party, even though I'm not a fan, I would go at least as a gesture of gratitude. But then Matt showed me that he also went inside because it was unusual, and he wanted to see if I was there. He infiltrated with other guests and saw that they went to another place. He decided to record them and saw them entering a bathroom, where she pulled down Johan's pants, grabbed a condom, and put it on him with part of her body. The video ends there. He told me that as soon as he saw that, he came to ask if I knew about it. After all, it wasn't his relationship and had nothing to do with him, but he couldn't stand the idea of seeing someone close to him being betrayed. He said my expression told him everything. I was in shock. I thanked him and paid for his return fare. I went back home, and the shock left me, replaced by pure anger. I almost destroyed my whole room, but I decided to call Sarah. When she answered, she was almost panting or something like that. I don't know if they had just been intimate or if she was running. I asked if Johan was with her, and she said yes. Then she asked if we could meet up like before to celebrate passing a tough math test. I simply told her to stop lying, that I knew about them, and that from that moment, we were done. I didn't want to see either of them anymore, and I was erasing them from my life. Before she could say anything, I hung up and blocked their numbers. I also deleted all the group photos we had, and just in case, I deleted my Facebook page. I didn't use it much anyway, except to upload my drawings. The next day, she wouldn't stop calling me from another number, which I think was her parents'. At first, I was going to ignore them, but then I remembered her position in the community and the church, plus the fact that several of my relatives lived there, especially my cousins, who hadn't lived there for long, as well as my uncles and grandmother. I didn't want them to do something to bother them. One don't think they would stoop that low, but with people like this, you never know. So, I decided to meet with them to leave me alone, and I remembered Matt. He could help me with the video. I called him, and he agreed to accompany me. I won't make this too long. It was the usual. It's not what it looks like. It wasn't us. Yes, I'm the king of the seas. The only thing they didn't do was blame my mom. I think they were more afraid that Matt would spread the video in the community. But her parents did blame me, saying it was my fault for denying her intimacy, that she was being oppressed by me, and that Johan was just helping her experiment. Rest assured, if I had been unfaithful, I would have been crucified. In the end, we reached an agreement that we wouldn't say or show anything as long as they left me and Matt alone. Reluctantly, they agreed, and in front of them, we deleted the photos and the video and acted as if nothing had happened. But just in case, Matt kept copies on his computer. I thanked Matt, and we said goodbye. Fortunately, I haven't run into them again, and everything returned to normal. But over time, I realized this affected me more than I thought it would. For example, I wasn't as open with anyone anymore, not even with my family. I stopped trusting everyone, became hostile and somewhat curt with people. It took me a while to be cordial with others again. Although I'm not as hostile now, I'm still very distrustful of people and prefer being alone rather than with others. Unfortunately, my friend Matt had to leave the country, and in time, I lost my phone and with it, my contacts. I just hope he's doing well. My distrust of people has made me give up on the idea of having a partner. And it's even led me to hate the idea of starting a family, something I once longed for. I've told my parents that they shouldn't expect grandchildren from me, and they should place those hopes on my brother. After the whole Chinese virus situation, I lost many job opportunities. I was about to start a small amateur comic market that would have given me a better life. I also lost a job interview because of that stupid virus, lost my contacts and my phone, where I was forming a group of artists who were also interested. I lost several relatives, and also learned how my late paternal uncle was abandoned by his wife, who left with her lover, taking everything in the divorce and leaving him alone and sick due to diabetes. So, in short, that year didn't help me much mentally. It was the opposite. Plus, I started experiencing the pain of wisdom teeth that hadn't come out yet, along with the pain from the molars.